Do I like playing against Luka Doncic? The answer is no. I mean, like, the answer is no.
If I'm really guarding Luka, I'm just guarding him. I ain't stopping.
Like, damn, this dude's good. Do I belong?
Luka Doncic isn't just one of the NBA's brightest young stars, he's already a full-blown superstar. In fact, it's becoming harder to argue against the idea that he could be the future face of the league, coming off an absolutely insane 2023-24 regular season. Luka averaged a league-best 33.9 points per game, along with 9.2 rebounds and 9.8 assists, the second highest assist average in the NBA. That's not just impressive, it's historic. This past season was a statement, a loud one, and with numbers like that, Luka has earned a massive amount of respect from fans and fellow players alike. So what are the legends saying about him? Well, let's talk about James Harden, a player whose prime in Houston was nothing short of legendary. Harden won the MVP in 2018 and posted back-to-back scoring seasons of 36 and 34 points per game in 2019 and 2020. That stretch was wild, and here's where things get interesting. What Luka's doing now looks eerily similar to Harden's peak. Their playing styles, nearly identical in pace, skill, and offensive control. And Harden sees it too. He's spoken on the parallels between their games and the unique challenges that come with being a high-usage, high-X scorer who constantly has the ball in his hands.
Man, he just creates so many defensive problems, defensive nightmares. You know what I mean? You know, for us, it's just kind of like making his shot attempts, his step backs more difficult and kind of wearing on him throughout the course of a game and then the course of a series. I think that's what opposing teams were trying to do as me when I was, you know, in that position and had the ball in my hand. So I can relate and understand what it's like to be in that position and then ways to attack it or try to make it more difficult than it would usually be. Yeah, how did that feel when I was in this? You know what I mean? Then try to do the same thing as Luka. But I mean, obviously not just Luka, but I mean, Kyrie is a special talent as well. So you got like a two-headed monster over there who you got to try to slow down or contain. When you got the confidence like that, you got the ball in your hands, you can kind of make the decisions, you know, possession by possession. Not too much, but there are some things which I won't say.
Luka Doncic in the 2023-24 NBA season was simply unstoppable. Few players can truly relate to dominating the game at that level, but Stephen Curry absolutely can. During his prime, Curry didn't just light up the scoreboard, he revolutionized the entire sport. His mid-2010s run changed the way basketball is taught, played, and even thought about. And being the first and only unanimous MVP in NBA history, that speaks volumes. Greatness recognizes greatness, and the mutual respect between Luka and Steph proves that. Despite being from different generations and having contrasting play styles, Curry has openly expressed admiration for Luka's game. And it's easy to see why. Luka brings a level of creativity, control, and confidence that only a few elite players like Curry can truly understand.
His size and his ball handling skills keep you on the edge the whole game just because that plus, you know, being a three-level scorer, you have to kind of worry about everything. You don't want to get a step-back threes going, so you got to press up on him, but he's shifty and you got a great handle, so he can use his leverage to get by you, and then obviously his court vision's unreal, so you know he's kind of the offensive, you know, package of being just a playmaker and a scorer. And when he's knocking down shots like he did tonight, it's tough. You kind of want to take something away from him, but he kept making play after play. He even made a couple defensive plays on the other side, a couple, you know, steals and a strip on me. He's been playing at an extremely high level, and he's been getting better every year.
When he's healthy, Lonzo Ball stands out as one of the NBA's elite perimeter defenders. With his length, speed, and high basketball IQ, Lonzo is the kind of point guard who can switch on to just about any perimeter player and hold his own. Because of that, he's often given the toughest defensive assignment, guarding the opposing team's top threat. So when Lonzo talks about how to defend Luka Doncic, you better believe he's speaking from real experience. And when asked how to guard Luka, Zo kept it simple. Sometimes, when a player is that good, there's no need for a long explanation.
Just get into him as much as I can. Luka's a great player. You know, obviously, people like that have, you know, time and space, they're going to kill you all night. So for me, it's just trying to make his job as tough as I can.
Another generational talent and face of the league, Giannis Antetokounmpo, is one of the toughest matchups in the NBA. He's 7 feet tall with the speed and agility of a guard. The Greek freak is a physical force like no other, and he knows how to use that power to dominate on both ends of the floor. But as fierce a competitor as he is, Giannis always gives credit where it's due, and when it comes to Luka Doncic, he's definitely a fan. Greatness respects greatness.
It's amazing. He's playing great basketball. He's a great basketball player, makes his teammates better. Talented, really talented. One of the most talented guys I've ever played against. And he's making the whole team better, and he's going to keep getting better. He's going to keep getting better, and as long as he's making his team better, they're going to be tough to beat.
Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen, is a role model for countless rising stars. Now with the Phoenix Suns, KD found himself right in the middle of the Suns-Mavericks rivalry, and that meant facing Luka Doncic up close. Let's just say, he got a taste of the Luka Doncic experience, and it wasn't easy. Luka, being the fierce competitor he is, always shows up in big games, and Durant noticed. When asked what makes Luka so special and hard to stop, KD didn't hold back. He broke it down from a veteran's perspective.
Well, I mean, I think it's a culmination of playing in the EuroLeague at such an early age, playing that style of basketball where you got the ball out top all game. It's a slower paced game, and he controls it a lot. I mean, he's the main ball handler, and they run pretty much one play the whole game, which is a pick and roll for him, and then he just creates. So it's unpredictable sometimes. He's such a great passer that he'll get into the lane and throw a dime. After he, goes up for a shot, he might throw a dime, So he's unique in how they use him. They feature him every possession. So, and then they got other guys when he's not playing, like Spencer, who plays similar to him, and Jalen Brunson that plays similar to him. So they built that program for him the second he got there, and they made sure he was able to be the best version of himself every day. So, sky's the limit. He's going to continue to do this for the next decade or plus.
Jamal Murray might not always get the spotlight, but he's one of the NBA's most underrated stars, especially when the playoffs roll around. He's been a key piece of the Denver Nuggets' success time and time again. In a December 2023 matchup against the Mavericks, the Nuggets cruised to a nearly 30-point win. For Dallas, it was a rough night except for Luka Doncic. Luka dropped 38 points, while the team's next highest scorer, Deandre Ayton, had just 11. It was clear Luka was carrying the load. After the game, Jamal Murray made it clear even in a blowout win, stopping Luka was still a problem. That says everything you need to know about how dangerous Doncic really is.
I don't think that's a question for me. I'm have to ask the other team. I don't know. I don't think anybody else on their team had over 10 points. But I mean, Luka's a hell of a player, man. Yeah, I mean, to see why, the ball's in his hand every possession. He makes plays. He shoots the ball efficiently. He can hit step backs. He can draw fouls. He can get to the rim. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's an amazing player. I don't know.
In the league, LeBron James has seen it all, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. A physical powerhouse, yes, but what truly sets LeBron apart is his basketball IQ. He's not just a freak athlete, he's a student of the game. So when LeBron talks about another player's greatness, it means something. On a podcast with former NBA guard JJ Redick, LeBron opened up about just how skilled Luka Doncic really is and where, in his eyes, teams go wrong when trying to stop him. Coming from one of the greatest minds in basketball history, that insight hits different.
I don't understand it. Especially with the shooting they surround it too. It doesn't make sense.
I get the Brunson thing has been since Randall's out.
Yeah.
The uptick in blitzes has
for
gone
sure.
way up, right?
They don't have that.
I get that.
Yeah, for sure.
I get that.
I get that as well. He's a one-head monster right now with the Knicks, and they blitzing him and making other guys beat him. I saw Golden State do it a lot last night as well before our game. But yeah, it doesn't, because he's going to make every read, and when Tim Hardaway is hitting 6 or 7 threes, you're done. Kyrie's going to do what Kyrie does.
Yeah.
Luka's going to do what he does. But when you get Tim Hardaway hitting 6 or 7 threes, and in our game earlier this year, we blitzed Luka and Dante Exum hit 5,
oh, that's right.
6 threes.
Even though Luka Doncic has proven to be the best player from his draft class, he was selected 3rd overall into a 1A. The number 1 pick that year, Deandre Ayton. Now, while Ayton hasn't reached the superstar level Luka has, he's still a highly productive big man. He wrapped up the 2023-24 season averaging a solid 16 points and 11 rebounds, numbers any team would appreciate. But here's the thing, if Luka weren't this great, Ayton's draft position wouldn't be questioned nearly as much. During his time with the Phoenix Suns, Ayton got a front row seat to Luka's brilliance, and he's never shied away from giving credit. He knows firsthand just how tough it is to contain the Luka magic.
I mean, I don't feel no way. Whoever got the ball and I got to switch, I got to try and stop him. That's just me. Feeling some type of way on stopping somebody. It's the NBA. You really can't stop nobody. You really guarding them. If I'm really guarding Luka, I'm just guarding him. I ain't stopping him. He missed him because he missed by himself. He missed on his own. It ain't because of me. I'm just in front of him, luckily. You know what I'm saying?
Kyrie Irving is, without question, the best teammate Luka Doncic has ever had. though Kyrie's career has included its share of controversy clashes with teams and fellow stars. His partnership with Luka has been nothing but positive. Maybe it's timing, maybe it's growth, but this version of Kyrie, with the Dallas Mavericks, feels different. Now a seasoned veteran, Kyrie has embraced his role as a leader beside Luka, and it's showing. He's playing smart, staying focused, and thriving as the experienced star guiding the next generation.
Yeah, I've learned, obviously from playing with other co-stars, but specifically with Luka, it's just you got to trust him and you got to let him be him and allow him to, grow. He's very young still, very well accomplished, but I know his overall goal is to win a championship, and it's the same for me. So that's our focus. It's not so much about, kind of our emotions and our reactions, just settling. Yeah, absolutely. He's an incredible leader next to me, and we do it with others around us too, and we empower each other to have that voice. And when he's emotional, he's honest, and I appreciate that. I'd rather be out there with someone that's emotional and wants to do better for themselves and for the team than someone that's quiet or just allowing things to happen and kind of depending on everybody else to step in. He's one of those type leaders where he just wants to come in, make his presence be felt, and sometimes when he gets text, you just got to live with it and move on. And that's where we are, man. It's the playoffs, and those little things you just got to kind of bury and move on.
When it comes to rivalries, Luka Doncic's biggest one might just be with Phoenix Suns star Devin Booker. The two have clashed multiple times in both the regular season and the playoffs, and while Luka has had the edge more often than not, every matchup has delivered top-tier basketball and unforgettable moments. Despite the narrative pushed by the media, there's no real animosity, just fierce competition. In fact, both stars have a deep respect for one another, Devin Booker said. It best setting the record straight on what this rivalry is really built on: skill, fire, and mutual respect.
I think that's just another moment, that proves, what social media is about, and, how people try to stir drama and, look for anything clickbait. Me and Luka's respect for each other has been mutual and at a high level since he came into the league. So, obviously a playoff series gets super competitive, as every game does, but the world just takes it and runs with it. And that's fine. It's good for the game, good for traction, good for views, but, there's no problem amongst each other. We just compete at the highest level.
Luka Doncic has faced the Clippers in the playoffs 3 times in just 5 years, and he's been a serious problem every time. Terrence Mann, often tasked with guarding him when the stars rest, has taken plenty of hits from Luka's scoring outbursts. When asked if he wants to face Luka again, Mann didn't need many words. His honest, simple answer said it all.
Do I like playing against Luka Doncic? The answer is no. The answer is no. It's not fun. He's a great player. He makes great reads. He makes the right decision, 90% of the time. So it's not a fun task, but I love this game and I love playoff basketball and I love this challenge, and we're excited, to play them for the 3rd time. That's fun to play a team for the 3rd time in 5 years, I think it is. So that's exciting.
Luka Doncic is one of the most respected players in the NBA, and it's easy to see why. Regardless of the opponent, the stakes, or the score, Luka brings maximum effort every time he steps on the court. His talent, intensity, and love for the game set him apart. And here's the scary part for the rest of the league: he hasn't even reached his prime yet. There's still a lot of Luka basketball ahead, and fans everywhere are hoping for big things from both Doncic and the Mavericks in the years to come.